Today, we're diving into an investigation of a silent killer, one that might just be hiding in plain sight, right in your own kitchen.
I mean, really think about that for a second. We spend so much time worrying about all these external threats, but what if the real danger is lurking on our pantry shelves, just disguised as a quick, easy meal? Let's get into it. We're calling this the silent killer because the damage it does is so gradual, it's all internal. You often don't even notice it until it's way too late. And you know what it preys on? Our desire for convenience.
Look, in our crazy busy lives, the appeal of a meal that's ready in minutes is, well, it's undeniable. But the hidden cost we're talking about here isn't on the price tag. No, it's a really profound threat to our health, and it starts deep inside our bodies.
So who's the main suspect in this whole investigation? It's time to put a name to the culprit. We're talking about ultra-processed foods, or as you'll hear them called, UPFs. Now let's be really clear about what we mean by UPFs. This is not about simple processed stuff like, say, canned beans or a good loaf of bread. Nope, UPFs are a totally different beast. They're industrial formulas, often packed with 5, 10, 15 or more ingredients, including a ton of additives you would never, ever find in your own kitchen. Honestly, it helps to think of them less as food and more as edible, food-like substances.
And here they are, the usual suspects, just hiding in plain sight all over the supermarket. We're talking about those packaged snacks, the super sugary cereals, instant noodles, processed meats, and of course, the endless aisles of ready-to-eat meals. This stuff is everywhere, which makes this threat incredibly personal and immediate.
All right, now we're going to go inside the body to the actual scene of the crime, the gut. Because this is where all the damage really begins. It's a systematic attack on one of the most critical systems in your entire body.
So how exactly does this all go down? Well, it's basically a three-pronged attack. First, these UPFs trigger chronic inflammation, which puts your gut lining under constant stress. Second, they cause something called gut dysbiosis, which is just a fancy way of saying a civil war breaks out in your gut, where the bad bacteria completely take over from the good guys. And finally, all of this damage creates a leaky gut, where the walls of your gut get damaged and allow toxins to literally seep into your bloodstream. This is the absolute heart of the problem.
And this chart just lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got a healthy gut. Inflammation is low, the microbiome is diverse and happy, and the gut wall is strong. But on the other side, the gut on UPFs, it's a disaster. You've got chronic, high inflammation, a totally imbalanced and harmful microbiome, and a weak, permeable gut wall. The difference is just, it's night and day, and it sets the stage for something much worse. Which brings us to the devastating conclusion. All this damage, this whole internal crime scene, it leads directly to one of the most feared diseases out there, colon cancer.
And listen, this isn't just speculation. It's not some fringe theory anymore. The science is solid. And this quote really says it all. Massive studies have confirmed this link. The evidence is in, and frankly, it is alarming.
So how does this actually happen? It's terrifyingly simple, really. The good bacteria in your gut need fiber from real whole foods to thrive. When they get it, they create a substance that basically protects and heals your colon. But UPFs have zero fiber, so they literally starve these good protective bacteria to death. At the very same time, the chemicals in them fuel the inflammation that cancer cells love. So they basically take away your body's shield and hand the enemy a weapon.
Okay, I know this all sounds pretty scary, but this is not a life sentence. Far from it. Knowing your enemy is the absolute first step to defeating it. So let's talk about how we fight back. It is time to reclaim your plate.
Here's your action plan. It's a really simple 3-step strategy. Number 1, prioritize whole foods. You know, the stuff that actually nourishes and protects you. Number 2, become a label detective. If you see a giant list of ingredients you can't even pronounce, that is a huge red flag. And number 3, boost that fiber. Think of it like sending in reinforcements for your internal army of good bacteria. Because ultimately, the power to protect yourself isn't found in a magic pill. It's right there on your plate, at every single meal. The choice between that quick convenience and your long-term health, well, that's up to you. So how are you going to use that power?